Yours, damn right, it's better than yours. I can teach you.
Baby, I catch up on these last few episodes that I missed. Mind you, I done missed about 4 episodes, baby. Yeah, 4 episodes. Girl, caught up on these episodes. I'm looking at these episodes like, girl, ain't no motherfucking way in hell, ho. Ain't no way in hell, ho. I'm ready to go ahead and get into it because we got a lot to get into. Now, y'all know I got a lot of things to say, girl. I got 4 episodes to cover. we gonna start from where I left off last time, baby. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna get into it. Okay, so like I said, I am going to be starting off exactly where I left off last time. Mind you, like I said, baby, the last time I covered Baddies Gone Wild, I was on episode 6. And then that's when, towards the end of the episode, you know what I'm saying? That's when Daisy and Bahhati, Daisy wanted to run back with Bahhati because Bahhati was making fun of Daisy and her pop lip because y'all know she got that lip, baby. So Daisy wanted that. And then not only that, but Oxy Pearl is still just all up on Erica, bitch. It don't got nothing to do with you. Okay, she cracked Rella G's upside the head with the charger, baby. Y'all done fought this girl how many times? You done snuck her, jumped into her fights and all that, and you still want to run a one-on-one fade on Rella's behalf, bitch. It just don't make no sense. It's giving you want cool points, ho. You was the main one talking about how bitches was lame for doing all the ganging up and shit like that, and look at you. So, baby, we're at the beginning of episode 7. And Oxy Pearl and Erica, they were in their fade. Erica finally gave Oxy Pearl what she wanted because Oxy Pearl, again, was obsessing over getting that with Erica when it had nothing to do with you. Bitches been breaking rules this whole time. Yeah, you trying to get cool points from them other girls. And baby, we gonna fast forward to episode 10 and they don't even like you no more. So, like I said, I feel like Oxy Pearl is weird. And she's obsessing over Erica doing what she was doing. Girl, so what? So what, ho? You know what I'm saying? So what? She cracked her with the charger. So what, ho? Like, what are we talking about? They already got Erica back. They literally jumped Erica. They've been sneaking Erica. They've been running up on Erica. They've been throwing stuff at Erica. Titi was whooping her with the hairbrush. Y'all was literally jumping this girl. I just don't understand how much you guys are going to do to her for what she did. Like, okay, she did what she did. She cracked Rella G's with the charger. Y'all got y'all leak back. Oxy Pearl, she was literally into it with the other girls. Literally already trying to fight off 2-3 girls. And here you come jumping in the fight. Girl, I just don't understand why she just keep picking at Erica. I don't know. Girl, there's no way that you're this mad over a charger that didn't even touch you. It didn't even touch you. What are you so mad for? Anyways, girl. So, child, that was that. You know what I'm saying? That was that. We didn't really see much of Erica after that. Bahhati, girl. Bahhati got scalped, baby, in this episode. Bahhati got scalped. I'm talking about, girl, the whole cornrow out the head, girl. My thing is, it's like, you hate her that much? The whole thing just didn't make any sense to me. Like, it just don't make sense as to how you could have so much hate in your heart for somebody and be so angry with somebody to the point where you're literally ripping out their real hate. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Mind you, Daisy is doing all of this over a lie. You're doing all of this over a lie. You're doing all of this over something that is not true. Over something that Bahhati Ben told you was not true. And then what's really irritating me about this situation is that when Daisy gets to explaining herself about the situation, she's sitting up there lying. Trying to make it seem like she's the victim and Bahhati just popped on her for no reason. No, ho. Bahhati popped on you because you like you said, you was trying to be big dog and you was trying to punk her, put your hands in her face and touch her and stuff like that. And you thought that she was one of them other girls that was going to sit there, lay back and take it. No, ma'am, no ham, no turkey. No, that's what she thought. That's why you're mad. It just don't make no sense. Like, I just cannot with Daisy trying to make it seem like Bahhati was the problem or Bahhati is the one that initiated the fight. No, baby. Bahhati started off real calm with you. In my opinion, I really feel like she let you slide more than one time. She was letting you slide. You was playing with her, telling her, oh, you're not going to have my protection. Oh, I'm big dog. If I want you to leave, you can leave. And putting your hands in her face and touching her. She took so much before she finally popped you in your mouth. And then she popped you in your mouth, had you bleeding at the mouth, got you leaking at the mouth, baby, and you're upset. And now you get the ripping the braids out. Not fake braids, baby. You're ripping out her cornrows straight from the scalp. Girl, it's just don't. And then the other girls thought it was funny. The other girls thought that it was funny that she did that. Like, Hurricane M is literally on the couch, like, and no, not on the couch, but she's laughing on the couch, and Titi is laughing on the couch, and they're all watching and laughing, thinking that it is just so amusing. Like, y'all hate Bahhati that bad? Hurricane M is in her confessional talking about something, oh yeah, I don't care, Bahhati deserved it. What did Bahhati do to you? Bahhati did nothing to you for you to even say something like that. Like, y'all are weird. And these are the same bitches that swear up and down that they're going to get the chain, that they're going to get the 50K. You're not getting the 50K. You're not getting the chain. You're not. Because y'all, they are just so heartless, y'all. They are so heartless. I just don't get it. I don't understand why they're so mad at Bahhati. Bahhati literally did nothing to y'all, especially to Hurricane M. Bahhati did nothing to you. Why are you mad? Okay, girl. So in the midst of all this, mind y'all, please keep in mind, y'all, I am back on episode 7, y'all. But I'm gonna talk my way up to episode 10, so you just gotta stay tuned. Okay, but I gotta catch up. I'm sorry. So in the midst of all this, Titi goes. Okay, so mind y'all, they're in the new house. They're in a new house, and Titi get the flipping their beds and literally flipping the twin beds off the mattresses, girl. Wait, hold on. Sorry. And she get the flipping the mattresses off the beds. Like, what is wrong with you? Like, so it was Bahhati, Oxy Pearl, Gettin, and Shay's room. Okay, so she get it's 4 beds to a room. She get the flipping all of their beds off of their mattresses. All of their mattresses off of the beds. What are you doing? And why are you doing that? Why do you keep messing with people? Like, Titi is messy. I'm not gonna lie. Titi is messy as hell. And I'm mad because I feel like don't nobody really, like, they step up to Titi, but I feel like they don't do it enough. She literally went into y'all room and flipped y'all beds unprovoked for literally nothing. And none of y'all did nothing. And then again, it's like Oxy Pearl. You just got, I'm gonna be on Oxy Pearl ass this whole time. I am. I'm gonna give her props towards the end though, because on the recent episode, baby, you know what I'm saying, her foot was hurting and she was still running through them. I'm gonna give her props, but baby, I'm finna tear that ass up because it just don't make no sense to me. How again, you're trying, so mind you, these the same girls who you was checking about ganging up on people and doing this. You literally went back on everything that you stood for, on everything that you said, to get cool points from these girls, and these girls is flipping your mattress as soon as y'all get in the house. You know what I'm saying? These girls done flipped on you by the most recent episode. It just don't make no sense. So you literally fought Erica for nothing. Them girls don't even like you. You did it for cool points. They don't even like you like that. Flipping your mattress and girl, I'm finna be on Oxy Pearl, girl. Oxy Pearl, bring that ass here, boo. Cause I just don't get it. Because Oxy Pearl I was cool with her. We was cool because, you know what I'm saying, she stood up for what was right. She let them know y'all lame for being on that bully stuff, for being on that ganging up stuff. Y'all look lame. If y'all wanted to do it, y'all should have did it by yourself. But she literally ended up being the exact opposite of what she was trying to fight for. And I just cannot get down with that. I just can't get down with it. So anyways, towards the end of the 7th episode, Bahhati and Daisy meet again. And you know what I'm saying? Natalie is like, oh yeah, don't do her like that. She's from Australia. She's from out the country. She's not from here. Don't do her like that. Mind you, Bahhati is still boohoo crying, you know, rightfully so. She literally just got scalped. No shade. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I get it, baby. But I don't understand why Daisy is trying to be cool with her. Now that you don't have an audience, mind you, let's get into it. Because, baby, mind you, this is what irritates me about Daisy. Is that Daisy was trying to be cool with Bahhati and try to hug her and, oh, I'm sorry, I feel so bad and this, that, and the third. Why did it even have to get to that point? You literally are the reason why it's to this point right now. Because Bahhati was trying to be cool with you. She was trying to explain herself. She was trying to tell you, baby, as your friend, I would never talk about you. I did not talk about you. I did not talk about you. This girl is lying to you. You literally took somebody else's word over your friends. And this is why we're here now. So I just don't understand how now that you done did her the way you did her, why you're so quick to be all up on her and hug her and, oh, I'm sorry, and, oh, let's be cool, and I'm sorry. Girl, it's too late for that. What are we talking about? It's too late for that. It's way too late for that, and I just don't understand why when you could have been did this. You could have been an adult. You could have been a grown ass woman. You're too big. You're too big and grown to not know how to talk your issues out with your friend. Somebody that you was riding with in the house. Somebody that was with you in the house. Somebody who's supposed to be your friend. You took somebody else's word over hers. Somebody who's not only beefing with her, but somebody who you fought. Coco, I don't like Coco. Let's get into it. I don't mess with Coco either, because Coco is the whole reason why this is happening. And honestly, after I would have got my lick back from Daisy, baby, I would have got it in with Coco too, because Coco is the whole reason why this is happening. By the way, you let Coco put a bug in your ear, and you let Coco put a battery in your back to fight your friend, ho. You're not a real friend, ho. But now that you done scalped this girl, now it's up. Let's be friends. Let's be cool. We can squash it now. I don't have an issue. Of course you don't have the issue. You're not the one missing. You was bleeding at the mouth for a couple seconds. You literally took, girl, and then wanted to be cool afterwards. Girl, please. And then thought that Bahhati was going to be cool with her. So she hugging it all up on Bahhati, telling Bahhati, sorry, let's be friends, let's be cool. Baby, you should have kept that energy from the beginning. Now that you don't have an audience, and Coco putting the battery in your back, and Coco putting bugs in your ear, and like I said, heavy on, you no longer have an audience. So now that you no longer have an audience, so now that you don't have an audience, and that you done did what you did to this girl, and she boohoo crying, now you want to make up. Now you want to be cool. Girl, please. I'm not finna play with Daisy. I'm not finna play with her. So like I said, girl, she hugging all up on Bahhati. Okay? They tried to talk it out. It's honestly not going anywhere, because Daisy is still not owning up to anything. She's steady putting the blame on Bahhati, when in reality, Bahhati literally did nothing wrong. Bahhati gave you so many chances to get it together. And to, you know what I'm saying, to not go down that route. And you kept going down that route. And then the next day, you took it too far by doing what you was doing. So again, Daisy is not taking any responsibility for her part in anything. She's not. Take responsibility and own up to being a weak ass hoe who let somebody put a battery in her back, and who let somebody put a bug in her ear about her friend, and believing that person over your friend. Let's get into that. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about that. Daisy didn't want to talk about it though, because baby, she wasn't trying to take accountability for a damn thing. Child, boom. You know what I'm saying? So Daisy, so like I said, it gets to the point, like I said, Daisy's not owning up to anything. They try to talk it out, baby. It's literally going nowhere. It's going nowhere. Okay? So I don't know why Daisy thought that shit was sweet. Daisy turned her back on Bahhati, and Bahhati snuck her. I feel like Bahhati, girl, I'm not mad at Bahhati for doing it. I'm actually glad that she did it. I'm glad that you let that hoe know, like, it's not sweet. It's not. We're not friends. We're not cool. You literally just did that to me, and you're expecting right after for me to be cool with you and for us to hug it out and just be kumbaya again, when in reality, it never had to get to this point in the first place, okay? I'm not mad at Daisy for getting that hoe. I'm not. I just want Daisy to, not Daisy, I just want Bahhati to have more power behind them hits. Like, she don't have enough, she don't do enough. She didn't do enough for me. She didn't do enough for me. I feel like what Daisy did to her and what Bahhati did in return, I feel like it wasn't enough. I'm sorry, I wasn't satisfied. I was satisfied with the sneak, because it's like, girl, you really just did that. You just really just did what you did to this girl, turned your back on her. Really? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're really done. But there's no way that you snuck her, Bahhati. You know what I'm saying? She's my favorite on the show, but we still finna get into it though. Bahhati, there's no way that she did what she did to you, and in return, you snuck her and still got whooped. It just don't make no sense. I feel like Bahhati should have got real low down dirty with it, nasty with it, because Daisy already crossed them lines. So I don't know. I feel like Bahhati should have did what she needed to do, and whatever that would have been. But I'm just saying, like, stop trying to play fair with this hoe. This hoe already did what she did to you, and it is what it is. I don't know why you would turn your back on her after you just did that to her. Girl, like I said, girl, and I feel like Bahhati need to whoop Coco. Child, let's get into episode 8. So that was it for episode 7. Episode 8, girl, Titi swears up and down that she's gonna get this chain. You know what I'm saying? The girls are basically, Natalie is continuing to remind them, like, hey, we still got the chains, we still have the 50K prize. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, she keeps telling them. I don't understand how Natalie keeps reminding them, like, this is completely up to the fans, especially the 50K prize. It's completely up to the fans on whether you're gonna get that or not. On, you know what I'm saying? Or basically, the fans are gonna determine who is gonna get this stuff. And Titi still swears up and down that she's going to get the 50K. You're not getting nothing, ho. You're not getting shit, bitch. You're not getting the 50K. You're not going to get the 50K. You're not. Girl, please. If it's truly up to the fans, you're not getting the 50K. Girl, you're a pain in the ass, ho, girl. You're a pain in the ass. You're messy. You're very much picky choosy. You talk about everybody else being picky choosy. Ho, you're picky choosy. And I feel like you only pick on the bitches who you think you can beat up. Like, but that's another story for another day. Anyways, Bahhati ended up shaving her head like the icon that she is, baby. Still, yeah, rocking it too. Look, the fuck good. Yeah. Bahhati looks good. The Black Panther confessional had me weak. She said, I'm a warrior, girl. So, Bahhati is still standing on the fact that her and Daisy are not squashing anything. In my opinion, I feel like Bahhati is being too nice to Coco. It kind of got to the point where, like, on the way to the activity, Coco ended up on the sprinter with Bahhati, and they're talking. Girl, ain't no way. Ain't no way. This girl literally just set you up. Girl. Bahhati is confusing me, girl, because even in the next episode, girl, her and Daisy was cool. No. By the end of this episode, the 8th episode, her and Daisy was cool. Girl, ain't no way. And Coco be playing both sides, because Coco, if you had that much to say about Bahhati, and you don't like Bahhati that much, I don't understand why you're even on the sprinter. No, okay, you could be on the sprinter. You know what I'm saying? They gonna sit you where they sit you. But why are you talking to her? Why are you... It just don't make no sense as to why Coco and Bahhati are talking. It didn't make any sense how Bahhati and Daisy talked it out on this episode. It just don't make no sense to me. It really don't. Like, I'm sorry. I don't understand. I don't understand. Just in that before, Bahhati was like, oh yeah, like, me and Daisy, we ain't never gonna be cool. No. I don't feel like Daisy, and this is how I feel too. If you do that to me, and I befriend you the very next day, don't trust me. On God, don't trust me. Don't trust me, and don't think that it's sweet. Cause baby, I'm coming. Baby, watch out. No ma'am. Like, Daisy, so girl, Bahhati is talking to both of the girls who did her that. No ma'am. Okay? So, Oxy is steady getting called boring by Daisy. And Daisy is standing on that, girl. She keeps calling Oxy boring. In my opinion, do I feel like Oxy is boring? I don't think Oxy is boring. I can name a couple other... I feel like Oxy can be... I feel like... let me think, child. Do I feel like Oxy is boring, though? Like... Is she boring though? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't really think she's boring. Like, I feel like at the beginning she kind of faded into the background. You know what I'm saying? And she really wasn't showing too much personality. But I feel like she's coming out of her shell more and more. I don't really think that she's boring like that. Or at least from what I've seen. Do I agree with everything that she does? No. Do I feel like she's a hypocrite? Absolutely. And do I feel like she was trying to get cool points from the girls who ended up switching up on her? by this most recent episode? Absolutely. But am I gonna say, I don't think that she's like boring, no. Like snooze fest, boring, no. I could name a few girls that's a little less interesting than she is, in my opinion. But I don't know, y'all let me know. Do y'all feel like Oxy Pearl is boring? Do y'all feel like she need to go home? In my opinion, I don't think she should go home, nor do I think that she's boring. That's just my opinion though. I feel like every single time Oxy had an issue with... No. The only time I feel like Oxy really went out picky choosy is when Daisy continued to call this hoe boring. And this is the next episode, girl. Or towards the end of the next episode, girl. You know what I'm saying? Girl, like... she's the one that's calling you boring. How you turn your attention over to Gloss Up? Bitch, you need to fight Daisy. Daisy is the one that keep pulling your card and calling you boring. So baby, let's get into it, because in the club, Natalie basically, being Natalie, being messy girl, she tell Daisy like, who you feel like should go home? Who do you feel like is boring? Who do you feel like shouldn't be here? Daisy, of course, she said Oxy Pearl. Oxy Pearl basically is telling this, and this is my thing too. Why are you explaining yourself to this hoe? Why are you explaining yourself to Daisy of all people? If she says you're boring, show this hoe why you're not boring. I'm going to show you why you're not boring. I'm not going to sit here and explain myself to try to convince you and persuade you that I'm not boring. That's the only thing. That's the only time where I'm looking at Oxy Pearl, like, when it comes to the whole like picky choosy thing and her standing on 10. I feel like outside of that situation, I feel like every single time Oxy had an issue with somebody, she always called them out. She always made it known that she didn't agree with them. She didn't like them. You know what I'm saying? She didn't like what they did, whatever. Even though I didn't agree with it every single time, but whatever, okay? But she keeps calling you boring and playing with you, and you sitting here explaining yourself to her as to why you're not boring. Baby, we see what you've been doing. She should have popped Daisy. I don't know. Like, I don't understand why Oxy Pearl and Gloss Up started fighting in the club. So yes, girl. So it turns from Daisy calling Oxy Pearl boring to Oxy Pearl being like, oh no, I'm not boring. I fought this person, that person, that person. I did this, I did that. I've been standing on all 10. Why are you explaining yourself? So Gloss Up is like, this don't got nothing to do with me. I'm not even the one calling you boring. I don't understand why you gotta bring my name up to convince another hoe why you're not boring. And I agreed with Gloss Up, because this situation don't got nothing to do with me. Why are you even mentioning my name? It don't got nothing to do with me. So Gloss Up and Oxy Pearl ended up getting in the paint, when I feel like Oxy Pearl should have gotten in the paint with the hoe that was insulting her and calling her boring, trying to embarrass her in front of the EP. That's what I feel like. That's what I feel like. But you know what? It's fine, because Oxy Pearl and Daisy ended up getting it outside the club in the next episode, baby. So let's go ahead and get into the next episode, baby. We are on episode 9. Okay, so like I said, Oxy Pearl and Gloss, they getting it in the club. Okay. And like I said, again, this is my thing with the girls in this house, right? I don't think this is a bad cast. I will say that. I actually do like this cast. I don't care for everybody on the show, but I feel like this cast kind of goes well together. But I feel like this cast has a big issue with letting the girls put batteries in their back. Why are Gloss Up and Oxy fighting? I agree with Gloss Up when she said, you know what I'm saying? You should have never brought up my name. This situation had nothing to do with me. She feel like you boring. Why are you bringing up my name? It just don't make no sense. I agreed with that, but I don't think I'm still confused as to why they fought again. I'm actually confused. Oxy did that again to get cool points and to prove that she's not boring. But you know, up until this point, you know what you've been doing to show us that you're not boring. I just don't understand why she took the bait and let Daisy put a battery in her back to fight this girl, when her and Gloss Up were minding their business. Daisy is the one that started all of this. She should have followed Daisy. Like I said, that's how I feel. I feel like she should have got Daisy, because girl, ain't no way, baby. So in my opinion, I feel like Oxy got Gloss Up both times. Okay, they went 2 rounds back to back in the club. I feel like Oxy got Gloss, in my opinion, both times. Girl, in the confessionals, Gloss Up is talking about Oxy's height. When you got this, my thing. When you gotta bring up a whole size, you gotta bring up a whole, if she big or if she little or if she taller than you, it just don't make no sense. Like, it really doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Shay is also taller than you, girl. You was getting Shay. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand why every single time somebody lose, they bring up somebody else's size. Especially when Oxy Pearl, yeah, she towers over a lot of y'all, but she's not that big. She's not that big, girl. Just, girl, take your L, girl. Gloss Up, you lost. So, girl, Oxy Pearl be getting the best of you, that's it. That's it. So, girl, the girls ended up leaving, but Oxy Pearl and Shay are still upstairs of the club showing out. I'm talking about yelling at the top of their lungs, jumping around, just doing a lot. Like, I feel like they were doing a lot. Like, so the girls was like, oh yeah, we hear y'all upstairs cheering and hooping and hollering and doing all this. So when y'all come downstairs, we finna be ready for y'all. So Jaden come downstairs first, baby. Girl. I feel so bad for Jaden. I never knew what it was like to, you know what I'm saying? Yes, I did, because I liked Biggie. I was gonna say, I never knew what it was like to basically like be or like stick by somebody who was a punk ass hoe or who just be getting picked on. But at a certain point, I really did like Biggie, and I feel like, you know what I'm saying? Of course, they was always picking on Biggie and stuff like that. But like Jaden, girl, Jaden come downstairs in the club and Titi run up on Jaden for nothing. I'm talking about nothing. What are you running up on Jaden for? Jaden literally had nothing to do with nothing. Jaden was minding her business, looking cute. I don't know. I feel like Titi is jealous of Jaden. Because I just don't understand why. I don't understand why she keep picking on that girl. She is literally obsessed with Jaden for no reason. You literally took this in the other house. You literally took this girl's mattress while she was sitting on it. You took her blankets, took her mattress. You was touching her stuff. Mind you, like I said, it was only a problem between her and Hurricane M. Jaden fought nobody else except for Daisy when Daisy was whooping her that one time because, you know what I'm saying, whatever. But they got over that. Titi and Jaden never fought. They never had no issues. Titi is just doing this because she is a follower, because Hurricane M is her friend and Hurricane M is beefing with Jaden. So she's picking these issues with Jaden over and over and over and over and over again. And it's like, for what? Why do you keep picking on this girl? Why? Like, what are you getting out of this? You know she's not going to give you a run for your money. Half of the time, you know she's probably not going to stand up for herself. Like I said, she's not going to give you no type of competition. She's not going to really... And you know what I'm saying? You know she's going to take a lot before she finally stands up for herself. I just don't understand what... Titi has no real issue with Jaden. There's no real issue. She's just hopping on the bandwagon because her friend is beefing with Jaden. Which, it don't make no sense to me, because it makes you look like a weak ass follower. Go get the hoe that punked you up out your bed, or tried to punk you up out your bed and literally whooped you for no reason. Go get her. But you're steady picking on Jaden for what? It literally makes no sense to me. Like, how is that even fun? Like, I get that, you know, they're on Baddies Gone Wild and that they're literally into it for fun and they're in drama for fun. I get it. They're literally getting paid for it. I understand. Trust me. But what I don't understand is like, what I don't get is like, what are you getting out of always attacking Jaden? What are you getting out of always picking on her? Like I said, it wasn't enough when you took her mattress while she was sitting on it. You literally took her mattress and was touching her stuff and was touching her luggage and put her luggage and her mattress and her blankets in the room while she was in the room trying to sleep or whatever. That wasn't enough for you. You go into the next house. You go into her room. You flip her and her roommate's mattresses. That wasn't enough for you. She come downstairs in the club after Oxy Pearl and Gloss Up got into it, and you're still picking on her, and you ran up on her and snuck her literally for nothing. Like, I just don't understand. Like, Titi has no real beef with anybody. The only person who Titi should really be beefing with is Daisy, because Daisy literally picked on her and started with her first by trying to take her bag. But you have no real beef with anybody else. Let's make that clear. You have no real beef with nobody else. You're just hopping on other people's beef. Just like how she did with Rella G's and Bahhati on the very first day. They got into it. And then Titi ended up trying to fight Bahhati round for round for literally nothing, because her friend was into it with Bahhati. You have no real beef with nobody. You have no real storyline. Like, you're literally just doing any and everything. Like, you have, like, she don't got no real beef. Like, I'm telling you. Because what was that for you to do? For you to run up on Jaden? What? I don't care. I don't care. I'm gonna call out Jaden when I feel like she being a punk ass hoe, which is really like 90% of the time. But I don't care. I'm sticking beside her because why do they keep messing with her? Like, leave that girl alone. Leave that girl alone. Leave her alone. What is wrong with y'all? Leave my boo alone, child. Anyways, so yes, girl, Titi literally runs up and attacks Jaden. Jaden literally did nothing to Titi to deserve any of this. Attack the girls who are upstairs, drunk, pissy drunk, and popping shit about y'all. Attack them. Mind you, Titi didn't get into no fights this entire night. The only people up until this point that literally got into it again were Oxy Pearl and Glossop. That had nothing to do with Titi. So now Titi, they're on the street and Titi is riled up and she runs up on Jaden. And she's like, oh yeah, you're friends with them. You're friends with them, right? You're friends with them, right? So you're going to get it too. So she's catching a stray for nothing. So if you're that mad at her for being friends with them, why aren't you popping off on Oxy Pearl and Shay? Because Titi fought none of them. She didn't. I don't understand. Anyways, yeah. It didn't make any sense as to why Titi attacked Jaden. And I would just leave it at that. Girl, Shay and Oxy attacked Glossop on the street, and baby, this is where it goes down, baby. Daisy jumped in. Oxy and Shay were doing a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, they was doing a lot, but I'm not gonna lie. I'm here for the duo, though. Like, I'm here for the duo, and I seen a lot of comments where people were like sick of them and like saying like they gotta go, like they do too much, they're doing too much, which I agree. They were doing too much. Oxy Pearl, you're a grown-ass woman literally on a sprinter kicking and screaming. And the security guard is trying to tell her, like, this is not our sprinter. Like, this is somebody else's sprinter. And, you know what I'm saying? They're lending their sprinter, you know what I'm saying? So why are you doing this? Like, you're you're literally 30 years old. Oxy is 30. 31, 32, girl, 30 something, baby, early 30s. You too grown to be acting like that, girl. Why are you kicking and screaming? It literally makes no sense. It makes no sense. But like I said, Shay and Oxy were doing a lot, but I was here for the duo because I feel like the girls are steady trying them. The girls try Daisy, Oxy Pearl, you know what I'm saying, Shay, Jaden, whatever. And I feel like they don't really stick up for each other like that. Like, I feel like they handle their business one-on-one, but I feel like when it comes to sticking together, knowing that they're basically outnumbered, I feel like a lot of the times they really don't stick together. So, I don't know. I was here for the duo. Like, I was happy to see them fight with each other because it's like about time. Them girls been playing with y'all, and y'all don't have each other's back like that. So yeah, you know, like I said, they were doing a lot. They were doing the most. And honestly, at times it got annoying. And I'm just looking at them like, girl, like, y'all is too grown for this. But I was here for the duo. Okay, so Oxy ends up off the bus again. Daisy runs up on her off rip. As soon as she gets off the bus, Daisy hops off the bus and literally runs up on her. Then Glossop jumps in. And then Shay jumped in and got Glossop because Glossop jumped into Daisy and Oxy's fight. I'm just like, mind you, they're all outside of the club, outside in Brazil. Y'all are bold. Y'all telling me y'all can't wait till y'all get back to the house. Anyways, Hurricane M and Shay ended up fighting. Oxy Pearl and Glossop is still into it. Titi runs up on Bahhati by accident. Girl, I'm not even finna say it's by accident. Girl, she knew. Ew, girl. Titi just baffles me sometimes. Like, again, why are you running up on girls who you know do not want to fight you, or they either don't have any issue with you, like Bahhati. Bahhati just literally was just talking to everybody on the bus and telling them, like, I feel like, you know, my experience up until this point had been really negative. I feel like I haven't really got to know you guys. I really want to get to know y'all, and I haven't been able to. Y'all was just talking on the way there. So it was like, Titi, it's like a pattern with Titi. Why did you run up on Bahhati and snatch her wig off? For what? For what? First it was Jaden, now it's Bahhati. Fight somebody. Why did you run up on Shay and Oxy Pearl yet? Why have you still yet to run up on one of them? I'm confused. And I want to see it. You keep trying to push everybody else and pump everybody else up to fight them while you haven't fought them yet. And she keeps saying like, oh, you're on their side, you're friends with them, you rolling with them, so I'm running up on you. So why aren't you actually getting into it with those girls themselves? Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, it really doesn't. And like I said, it's a pattern with her. It's a pattern with her. And then Oxy Pearl and Shay, mainly Oxy Pearl, is popping it, baby. Popping them gums to Bahhati, basically trying to check Bahhati for, quote unquote, not having her back. But my thing is, Bahhati been going through hell this entire time. Whole season, the girls have been picking on her. Bahhati done got jumped. Bahhati done got tag team. Bahhati done had to run face multiple times. The guy beat up, scalped, girl. Bahhati done went through it all. Why are you in her face telling her that she did not have your back? Where were you guys every single time them girls was putting Bahhati through hell and back? Baby, they done took Bahhati up and through there, and where were you guys at? Baby, nowhere. So I don't want to hear none of that. I don't want to hear none of it. I'm glad that you guys are trying y'all best to stick together now, but let's not forget, Bahhati been going through it so much more than you, Oxy Pearl. Baby, she been going through it way more than you. Yeah, and you don't help her. So let's stop that right there. Yeah, girl. So on the way back to the house, girl, Janellis and Cupcake are getting into it. Oh, girl. Cupcake is annoying. Cupcake need to go. Like, Cupcake is boring. Like, y'all steady calling Oxy Pearl boring. Let's get into the bitches that are really boring, that really put me to sleep, that really don't stand on business. Let's get into that. Because Cupcake is one of the main boring ones on the show. She got beat up by Bahhati, baby. I ain't seen her since then. She chime in, she put her 2 cents in, she be talking it, but she be popping it and don't be really talking about nothing. Just like how she tried to get into it with Erica, talking about Erica was rapping, talking about Erica wrapped her wrist with a charger. Girl, she did not have no cord charger. First of all, you're a liar. At that point, I would have been like, every single thing that Cupcake say, I'm gonna take it with a grain of salt, because baby, she be lying and she just be talking. And she go wherever the wind blow. She play both sides. She be in everybody's face. Girl, make it make sense. So anyways, this will happen, right? They're on the Sprinter on the way back home. Girl, this situation is so dumb. So Janellis basically said something to Daisy, right? She said something to Daisy. Honestly, I didn't even hear it. But she was talking directly to Daisy, but Daisy's back was turned. Janellis was in the seat behind Daisy. Cupcake was in the seat behind Janellis. I'm just trying to paint the picture so y'all know what I'm talking about. So Janellis said something directly to Daisy. Daisy didn't hear, because again, Daisy, you know what I'm saying, just got into it. Daisy, whatever. And then Cupcake is in the back like, oh yeah, Janellis, she trying to check you. She trying. What did she say? Hold on, I wrote it down. She was literally being messy and then lying about it. She said something, and then Cupcake is in the back like, Janellis is trying to call you out. She's trying to call you out. You're being messy. Because what do you mean she's trying to call her out when Janellis said it directly to Daisy, or tried to get Daisy's attention to say it to her? You're annoying. You're weird. You were being messy, and then when Janellis called you out for it, then you wanted to get defensive and act like you was on that, but you really wasn't on that. You wasn't on that. If you was on that, you would have popped Janellis as soon as she would have said something to you. Bitch, it took you getting checked by your friends, talking about it multiple times, confronting Janellis multiple times for you to finally bust a move, ho. Girl, anyways. Girl, I'm over it, girl. I'm over it. Especially because Cupcake kept revisiting the situation. She kept going back to her friends, popping her shit to her friends, and then going back to Janellis multiple times talking about it. I'm just like, girl, please, we don't care. It's either you're gonna fight her or you're not. You keep talking about it. You have nothing else going on. You fade into the background. Bitch, I forgot you were even on the show, to be honest. I forgot that you were even on the show. I really did. I forgot that you were on the show up until now. So now you're milking this situation, but I've never seen somebody drag out a situation and milk a situation, but like didn't want to fight at the same time. Like, you want camera time and you don't want to fade into the background and you want to impress your friends, so you keep going to Janellis and keep, you know what I'm saying, keep egging it on and keep dragging it and keep telling her how you feel over and over and over and over and over? How many times are you going to tell her the same thing? How many times are you going to confront her about the same thing? So again, but it's like deep down inside, she really didn't want to fight. So all she's doing is just talking at this point. Girl, please, we don't want to hear none of that. We don't want to hear none of it. Stop letting these girls put batteries in your back. If you genuinely don't want to fight, then shut up talking. Shut up. Why do you keep talking? Why do you keep confronting Janellis? If you have no intention on fighting, girl, shut up. Okay, you feel like she disrespected you for God knows what. Girl, please. She didn't disrespect you. She called you out for being messy and she left it at that and let it be known that she did not care about the situation any further than that because it was not that serious. And you keep dragging it and doing the most. You behind closed doors talking to Titi and Daisy. Again, piping up and talking like you're finna do something. And then you confront Janellis and you're on none of that. And then she keeps telling Janellis, oh, she don't want to fight. Oh, she don't want to fight. She don't want to fight. I'm not going to do it. She don't want to fight. But again, it's like deep down inside, you're the one who don't want to fight. They literally had to pressure you into standing up and fighting her, even after you told them that she didn't want to fight. But at first, she was trying to make it seem like she was trying to paint this sorry-ass narrative that Janellis was the punk and that Janellis didn't want to fight when you don't want to fight, sis. So leave it alone. Why do you keep going back and forth? Why do you keep listening to your friends? If you don't want to fight, then don't fight. You know what I'm saying? Be that. Stop bringing it up and stop confronting her if you have no intention on getting down. Stop going back and telling your friends that you want to do this and you want to do that and you felt disrespected. And you pumping your chest out behind closed doors, and then when you confront Janellis, you're not on none of that, but then try to disguise it as if Janellis is the one that doesn't want to fight. When Janellis keeps telling you, do you want to fight? Do you want to fight? If you want to fight, we can fight. And you keep saying no. What do we like, girl, no. Girl, so after Cupcake confronted Janellis again, mind you, this is like the second or third time, okay? Titi is irritated because Titi is like, you were just pumping your chest out with us behind closed doors talking about her, making it seem like you needed that, but then come time where you're confronting her, you're not on none of that. Like, what happened? So Titi trying to figure out what happened. Baby, in the midst of them talking, girl, Jaden come downstairs, get whooped 2 times by Titi, girl. A for effort, though. I'm not mad at you, girl. I'm not mad at you, sis, because you know what? She did what she did the night before. She literally attacked you for nothing. So yes, get that. She needs that. And she keeps picking on you for no reason. So get that. But girl, Jaden got whooped, girl, multiple times. I'm not even going to lie. Multiple times. I'm not joking. Okay? So baby, they call a house meeting. They call a house meeting and Cupcake ends up confronting Janellis again. But again, this time, she's finally being honest and letting it be known that she doesn't want to fight. She has no intention on fighting Janellis, okay? So why do you keep confronting her? How many times are you going to tell her the same thing? We don't care, ho. You keep repeating yourself. I be repeating myself too, but it's like, girl, like, come on now. You keep repeating yourself and saying the same thing over and over and over again. You're not talking about nothing, nor are you going to do anything. Like I said, they damn near got forced to fight. Like, it was crazy. So anyways, let's get into the fades that went down during the house meeting. Baby, Oxy Pearl's feet was hurt. She let it known that her feet was hurt. And the girls didn't care. The girls, Titi and Daisy was like, you need to make her fight you. Like, you need that from her. Like, they telling Gloss. She's telling her, like, I don't want to fight. My foot. And I genuinely think that it wasn't her being scary. I really think that her foot was messed up because, like I said, up until this point, Oxy Pearl been running it with anybody who wanted to run it. Okay? Like I said, was a little picky choosy with Daisy when Daisy was calling her boring. But outside of that, she has. So I really feel like her foot was hurting. Baby, they did not care. They said, "Ho, you still got to get up and fight. You finna fight today. You finna fight on that bad foot today. Okay? You finna fight on that bad foot today." Baby, now this is where I'm gonna give Oxy her props. Okay? Like I said, she been making me mad lately. But baby, I'm gonna give props where props are due. One thing about it and 2 things for sure. Baby, she stood on all 10. I said what I said, literally on all 10 feet, baby. Even when it was hurt. Even when her foot was hurt, she still stood on all 10. I said what I said. And Gloss Up still tried to catch her by surprise. Like, Gloss Up was like, get up, get up, get up. The girls is in the background, rowdy. Basically, they were confronting and mad at Oxy Pearl because Oxy Pearl was drunk and she was popping all that. Y'all know she was popping them gums bad when she was drunk, baby, towards everybody. So now they're confronting her like, ho, you had so much to say last night and we in the house meeting and we want that and we need that, but you telling us that you don't want that. But I understood though, because like I said, her foot was hurt. But the girls did not care, baby. They told Gloss, stand up and make her fight you. Oh my God. So Gloss did exactly that. Again, I just feel like these girls really just be letting each other put batteries in their back way too much. And it's way too easy to get these girls riled up. Like, so anyways, so Gloss Up stands up, you know what I'm saying? No, Gloss Up stands up and she's towering over Oxy and she looks at Jaden. She like, do you want to take the fade for her? Like, what's up, what's up, what's up? Then when she said that to Jaden, Oxy was like, no, just let me get up. Just give me a second, let me get up. So Oxy Pearl started getting up. She's not even up all the way and Gloss Up just go across her shit. Like, as she's standing up, basically trying to catch her off guard. Girl, in my opinion, I feel like they were neck and neck. You know what I'm saying? I feel like most of the time, I feel like Oxy Pearl be getting Gloss Up, but I feel like they were neck and neck this time. And you know what I'm saying? I feel like for Oxy to not only have been low-key caught off guard as she was standing up, Gloss did what she did and got her as she was getting up. Not only that, but her foot is also hurt. You know what I'm saying? To the point where she's complaining and literally don't want to fight. I don't think Oxy Pearl did that bad. Like, I feel like it was neck and neck. It was a really good fight. It was a good fade, baby. That was a good fade, baby. Then after that, Janellis is like, yeah, I'm gonna let you catch your breath. But I need that afterwards. I need that. Because, you know, the girls was again, it's not hard to put batteries in their backyard. It's actually pretty sad. They're telling Janellis like, oh yeah, well, Oxy Pearl was upstairs popping it about you, and I don't, girl. And like I said, it could have been true because Shay and Oxy Pearl are friends, and Shay was into it with Janellis, so it could be true. Cause baby, Oxy Pearl was tripping the night before, popping it about everybody. Okay, so they're basically telling Janellis like, yeah, you need to get her. Janellis stands up. Yeah, you know, I'm gonna let you catch your breath just for you to get whooped, mind you. Y'all are literally forcing Oxy Pearl to fight. Oxy Pearl told y'all she did not want to fight y'all because of her foot. She told y'all that she did not want to fight y'all. That she didn't, you know what I'm saying? Because of her foot. And y'all is still not y'all not whooping her. Gloss Up and her were neck and neck, and it was a good fade. Gloss Up did so much more better. She did so much better than what she was doing previous phase with Oxy. But nobody is just dogging Oxy. Like, y'all should have dogged her. She literally really got one foot. She got one foot. And she's injured. Y'all should have, and y'all literally, like I said, she keep telling y'all she don't want to run no fade. She don't want to do it because she's injured. And y'all is literally making her do it. And nobody's whooping her. Nobody's dogging her. Y'all should have dogged her, and y'all didn't. Y'all and Janellis, baby, she whooped you. She whooped you. Like, she did. I'm not even gonna lie. She did. She whooped you. Whooped you down, baby. Straight was cracking Janellis, baby. She was cracking her. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, girl, towards the end of the episode, again, we revisit Janellis and Cupcake. Cupcake keeps telling them, I don't want to fight. So, again, if you didn't want to fight, why did you make it seem like you was on that? You wasn't on that. Oh, I wanted to fight last night when I was drunk and I was feeling it more and I was more mad. Okay, so why didn't you pop off when you was... Why? It literally got to the point where she got... She got peer pressured. They peer pressure her into fighting. Like, she damn near got forced to run that fade. They had to literally force her and literally pressure her to do it. Girl, they want her to fight. She didn't want to fight. They ended up fighting, and girl, that was the end of the episode, yeah.